Today in the studio, I have John Ray of Haven Home Health and Hospice. John, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you, Mitch. Glad to be here.
Listen, John, I want to talk to you a little bit about local versus maybe more nationwide. There's been a lot of press about private equity firms, and we've all seen this, buying up certain industries or certain businesses. Is that happening in the healthcare industry as well?
It actually started in the healthcare industry.
Really?
Yeah, there's a ton of nursing homes, small agencies like ours, home health, hospice, home care, hospital systems that are being bought up by private equity or large healthcare corporations. My wife and I actually started 15 years ago in Haven because we both work for large healthcare corporations. I'm a physical therapist, my wife's a speech path. We saw the direction things were going. They were really focused on numbers more than taking the quality of the service. And so we decided to start Haven for that reason. We think buying local for healthcare is the better direction to go.
That makes complete sense. And it seems from what you're saying, your focus is on the client. It's not necessarily the bottom line, which was the trend that you were seeing.
Yeah, not that these big healthcare corporations are necessarily bad or have bad people in them. It's just they're so big, they often can't focus on or see the quality of the service that's being provided. And so they focus on what keeps them in their job, which is making money, profits. And so putting profits over people is probably the biggest issue with private equity and corporate takeover of the healthcare system. And so I always encourage people to understand where the ownership lies, and that's not always easy to tell sometimes. But buying local really makes a big difference because oftentimes the owners live in the same town, and they go to the grocery store and run into the same people that they've taken care of. My wife and I were just at the KY3 Women's Show this last weekend, and we were sitting at the booth, and we had people coming up to us like, yeah, we remember you came and did our assessment 15 years ago or whatever. And it meant a lot to us that we have an impact on our community and that we have this connection to our community. And that gets completely blown out of the water when you have this company that comes in, buys the small mom and pop out, puts in new management, and then their focus completely changes.
You know, I think that's an important thing too, is that not only are you able to focus being local on local people, but also the people that you work with, the people in the clinic that work with the clients.
Yes, absolutely. We, being clinicians ourselves, we raised a family in healthcare. We needed to understand work-life balance and making sure that the clinicians don't get burned out and they're still very much focused on making sure they're doing the right thing for their patients. So if we stay focused on that, all the money stuff, all the business side of it will work itself out. Just focus on the quality and everything else will fit.
Absolutely. What a great philosophy. If someone wants to get a hold of you or wants more information, how would they go about that?
Yeah, they can reach us on our main number. It's 581-1234, and we're based here in Ozark. And then they can reach us online at havenhome.us.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you for serving the Ozarks. Thank you for being local.
Thank you, Mitch. Thank you.